So for this is our repository. You see, it's a private repository. So here user will comes and go to the action, and yeah, so from here it's like this is create virtual machine. It will go, the user stuff will go there, and it will go for run workflow. And when it will run workflow, there, since this is a multi-cloud VM provisioning, so I have used two cloud provider. One is AWS, another is GCP. Okay, so staff can choose whatever it will be, AWS or GCP, and then it have to staff will needs to input like how long it will run. So, and it should be like 1 hour to 72 hour, like which is 3 days. So let's say we are using for 1 hour, or let's say we are using for 6 hours. That's up to us. So we can give like 1 to 72. So we are giving 1 hour. And for this section, this is another section I have used, like, you know, as in Azure DevOps, it does not give any self-hosted runner, so we have to use a runner. So that's why I have added this section. So when a stuff created this VM, it also assign agent pool here. We will see that. Yeah, so there is no agent right now. So when we run this, when we will create this VM, it will automatically restart here as the agents. We will see that. So that's why I'm giving the self-hosted as the agent pool name, and we can choose region. Primarily there's Singapore, US East, and Europe. So we are choosing Singapore. And instance size like T2 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, large, or X large. In Google Cloud provider, it could be like E2 medium, E2 standard. So we have mapped all these things in this option. So micro could be T2 micro or E2 micro. Okay, so let's using micro, and this is the instance disk size. So you can choose like 20 GB, and currently it's given like 10 to 30 for testing purposes. So now our workflow is ready to run. So let's run the workflow. Okay, now it's started. Let's see here. Okay, we can see this is our GitHub action is running. So let's go there. Okay, so here it's defined the Terraform variables. Yeah, here it's defined the Terraform variables like this, and it's defined the AWS CLI configurations using credentials. You see, yeah, and this one is skipped because since the stuff chose AWS, so we don't need to configure GCP credential. That's why it's skipped here. If stuff chose the cloud provider, the Google Cloud provider, then it will skip AWS credential. Instead, it will use GCP credentials. Yeah, so, and I think we're done here. So it's created the peer, it's created the okay, so yeah, let's see now. Go to the pull request. Yeah, there is one pull request already created. So here, if we go there, we can see our agent details. So this is the domain name I have used. So for that we have used a Cloudflare API, and this is our agent name, and this is the public IP of our VM. So if we would like to access this, we can copy this command. Since currently I am using only me, so that's why I have used SISK as the private value as in variables here. Yeah, so I have used the variable here. But if when we need to use for multiple stuffs, then we have to generate and upload on respective user. So yeah, that's it. Now let's try to log in our VM if it's accessible or not. Yes, so we can reach. Yeah. So since this is assigned with a domain, right? So let's try to install nginx and see if